Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Agil Faisal bin Ahmad Fazil, the chairman of Infinity Channels Sdn Bhd. At Infinity Channels Sdn Bhd, what we do is we consolidate products of Malaysian small medium enterprises in fast-moving consumer goods, and the purpose of this company is basically to help them to export and promote their market overseas. As far as our relationship with market, it goes back to as far as 2011, where we first articulated the idea to the CEO of Market then, Dr. Wong Lai Sam, when we proposed the idea on promoting Malaysian products, especially products from young entrepreneurs for overseas market. The intention was basically to have more youth entrepreneurs, to have more young entrepreneurs penetrating into overseas market. And the first help we received from Madrid was basically we were introduced to several potential partners. At first, initially we chose Singapore as our main or as our initial platform for export. Reason being, Malaysia is very close to our frontier, and we also feel that Singapore has the best platform as far as opening Malaysian products overseas. And the partner that we were introduced was from Madrid in Singapore, and what happened was within a couple of months we managed to have a good chemistry with the local partner, and we set up our first outfit in Singapore. Madrid has been instrumental in terms of assisting us in identifying the right partner, identifying the right package, facilitating us in terms of business matching, facilitating us in terms of finalizing the agreement between us and our partner. In 2013, we decided to expand our market even further. We felt that Singapore has done its purpose in bringing in introducing our product to the market and also overseas market, but we feel that we need to explore into other areas and also other parts of the world. This is again where Madrid has instrumentally helped us in providing the market intel, the business intel. We ventured into Myanmar, where we participated into one specialized mission organized by Madrid, and this is where again we were introduced to various partners, potential partners, and during the event, not only were we able to display our products at the experience center, but we also had the privilege to be introduced by Madrid to the local governments, to the Chamber of Commerce, and also to reputable buyers. This is very important, especially if we were to penetrate into a new market. We do need the support. And again, the best thing about having introduced by Madrid is that you are to a certain extent is considered as a credible company from your country, because you are being introduced by a government agency. Then another moment where we feel worth mentioning is when we tried venturing into, or when we first ventured into the United Kingdom. Again, this is United Kingdom is a very mature market. It's very vibrant and it's very competitive. and it is not easy to penetrate into a country which is already developed. Here, Madrid played a pivotal role in introducing us to several new markets. The one worth mentioning is Viva. Viva is quite a large size oriental supermarket chain in the United Kingdom. They have got 4 to 5 outlets throughout the United Kingdom, big outlets, and we were arranged to meet this the buyer, the director, and also the buyer for Wingit, and we were given a very warm welcome, and they were very supportive of our idea, and apparently the reason given to us is purely because Madrid, they have very high regards on Madrid. And needless to say, as far as United Kingdom is concerned, in promoting fast-moving consumer goods, it has been more than 3 times or 4 times where we have our Malaysian nights held at Trafalgar Square every year in September. This is a very good opportunity for us to introduce our product right smack in the middle of the city centre. And the other opportunity that helped us in the UK is that apart from FMCG, we also ventured into promoting soft export, i.e. in this case paintings by renowned painters from Malaysia, retailing at minimum £10,000. And we also collaborated with Madrid in promoting this event, and alhamdulillah, that was in 2014, and we brought about 50 paintings, and we managed to sell more than half of the painting worth £250,000. So that was again another achievement for us, and this will not be possible without the assistance from Madrid. Why I say so is basically because via the contact given to us, we managed to identify the best buyers, we managed to identify the local partners, and we also managed to identify local agencies in that particular, in UK, to help us promote our event. Malaysia, as we know, is a trading nation, and this is how we derive our revenue the most, and we are ranked number 24th as a trading nation. But speaking as a small medium enterprises owner, I can feel that there are only about 18% of SMEs exporting, and lately we can see that there's a drive to push more companies to export abroad, realizing that our market is pretty small, just 28 million, and what we should do is that we should at least venture into our neighboring nation, which is really about 600 million. But having said that, exporting to a foreign country is not a walk in the park. Although the opportunities may seem very attractive, but there are also pitfalls and challenges that we may want to avoid and understand. So this is where I feel that it's very crucial to engage with the new. And in this case, as far as we are concerned, Madrid would be the best point of reference, and because not only because the connotation or the term export ready is not just a term, it is something that we have to live by for SMEs if we were to go abroad, because you might get your hand burned, your investment burned if you're not very careful. Yeah, as far as the legal term is concerned, as far as the market access, the access to finance and funding and things like that, this is something that we have to look into very carefully. This is where I feel that to start off with, we need to rely on Matre. One, on the capability and capacity building programs. As we are aware, they are this is ongoing. It's happening in Madrid almost every day. You can see if you see the calendar events. It happens almost all year round. This is where companies from Malaysia or companies who intend to export must explore export readiness, licensing, market access, certification and things like that. These are the crucial point. Moving on to second phase, another step where Matrix's role is very important is the business matching facilitation, and this is done either via the specialized business matching or within Malaysia via events, important events. To name a few, or to name one, is the MIHAS mission. This MIHAS, which is a very established halal mission, international, and Madrid conducts specialized business mission, especially for Malaysian to introduce their product to the buyers that come to MIHAS. So this is also very crucial because we are able to actually get first-hand knowledge and also first-hand introduction to buyers overseas. And thirdly, as we are more or to those who are more gung-ho and aggressive, one way of doing it is via exploring their specialized business mission or events overseas. And this is actually a breakthrough, will be a breakthrough for companies to know or to be aware of the host country, to be aware of the countries that are we are planning to export. And at that point of time, we'll be able to also meet with potential buyers and also consumers of that particular country. I would say that apart from that, Matri also provides assistance as far as some travelling grants under market developmental grant and also other various grants. But as a business entity or an exporter, these are should consider this as a support or the minimum support as far as the ecosystem is concerned. Because what is important is the one that I mentioned earlier, the Matrix role in terms of business matching, Matrix role in terms of capacity building, Matrix role in terms of market access. And the grants, the assistance, and all should be just a bonus to companies because this will help you to a certain extent, but we shouldn't rely on these grants for us to move forward or to explore new countries. I would say that my company has engaged with Matrix for a good 4 or 5 years, and I would say that without Matrix, we wouldn't be able to leapfrog as far as penetrating into new market is concerned. We started off in Singapore, and currently we are looking at 5 countries from 3 continents, and this wouldn't be possible without the assistance of Matrix. How we leverage on Matrix is basically on the market intel, the TCs abroad, the trade counselors abroad, Matrix trade counselors, because normally we'll get the first-hand information, and also via their experience we'll be able to know and tell the market even clearer. And from our company, we have benefited from the FFS, the fund. FFS is the Fund for Feasibility Study, and this is an avenue where not all SMEs are able to do, because normally if you were to penetrate into a new market, if you were to look into a new market, the most important thing to do is to identify the market feasibility study, whether our product is feasible in that particular country. But as an SME, small medium enterprises, we do not have, or our pocket is not deep enough, as deep as the multinational companies or larger companies who can actually spend on market feasibility study. Via Matrix FFS, we are enabled to do so as our studies, the studies that we conduct or conducted were 50% finance, or we had a reimbursable grant from Matrix. And the FFS was very important because from that study we were able to determine whether the market that we intended to enter is actually worthwhile. And secondly, we are better prepared as far as knowing the market, as far as promoting our product or services. Well, to conclude, I can see that in order for small medium enterprises to expand and to grow their market, we need to export. We need to look at potential export markets, and to do so, we need as much assistance as possible. And I personally feel, under the current leadership of Dato' Zulkifli Mahmud, the CEO of Matrix, I can see that Matrix is doing just that. I can see that Matrix is very aggressive in terms of opening new markets. And I understand about a few years back, Matrix was known as the connector. But lately, whenever I engage with officers of Matrix, I have been told that Matrix now is the export solutions, where it will provide end-to-end solution for would-be exporters or current exporters. This is very crucial because it's not because export. At the end of the day, what is important is the end game, the net value. Whether we are able to supply, whether we are able to provide, and at the end of the day, whether we are able to get our proceeds. And I can see that Matrix is doing just that in terms of facilitation, in terms of facilitating companies to achieve that particular goal. And I do hope that more companies will be aware of Matrix role, and I also hope that Matrix will gain more visibility and recognition locally and also globally as the solution provider for potential export companies or exporters. So, my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, we can feel that we have the infrastructure, the ecosystem is there, assistance is there. We can see that Matrix is so enthusiastic, Matrix is so encouraged to help us. So let's not wait any further. The time to export is now.